Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We're going to start with grade 8 maths. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Then scroll down to grade 8. Then click on view all lessons and we're going to start with the chapter that is ratios, rates and proportions. Ratios. So basically we have already started this chapter and the topic we're going to start with is equivalent ratios word problems. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important points and definitions as well. Got it. Let's start with the topic equivalent ratios word problems. Okay, let's start with an example. So the first example is are these ratios equivalent? The ratios are 30 cents to pounds to 32 pounds and 35 cents to 31 pounds. We need to see if both the fractions are equivalent. Got it? So two ratios are equivalent if their cross product is equal. We know that two ratios are equal if their cross product is equal. So let's just write it down as a fractional form. So 30 by 32 it would be, and it would be 35 over 31. Got it? Just cross multiply them. 30 over 32 equals 35 over 31. Got it? Let's just do cross multiplication. Just multiply this denominator and this numerator. It would be 30 times 31 here. And then multiply this denominator with this numerator. So it would be 35 times 32. Got it? Just multiply them and see if they are 30 times 31 is 930 and 35 times 32 is 1112. So their product isn't equal. Got it? That means they are not the equivalent fractions. Got it? They are not equal, so they are not equivalent fractions. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test question. On the top right corner, we have a test button. Let's just start with the here is the topic equivalent ratios word problems, and let's start with the test. Okay, are these ratios equivalent? 3 words every 20 hours and 6 words every 40 hours. So the fractions are 3 by 20 and 6 by 40. 3 by 20 equals 6 over 40. Got it? So let's just do cross multiplication. Just multiply this denominator to numerator. It would be 3 times 40, and that equals, here you have 6 and it would be 6 times 20. So 4 times 3 is 12, it would be 120, and 6 times 2 is 12, so it is 120. That means both the sides are equal. That means the ratios are equivalent. Got it? The answer is yes. The question is, are these ratios equivalent? The answer is yes. Got it? Just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, are these ratios equivalent? 30 teachers to 3 students and 17 teachers to one student, it would be 30 over 3 equals 17 over 1. Let's see if they are equal. 30 over 3 equals 17 over 1. Let's just do cross multiplication. 30 times 1 and 17 times 3. 30 times 1 is 30 and 17 times 3 is 54. They are not equal. That means the answer is no, the ratios are not equivalent. Got it? The answer is no. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, are these ratios equivalent? 4 cents to 2 and 14 cents to 7 visitors. So they are 44 over 2 and 14 over 7. Got it? 4 over 2 and 14 over 7. Okay, let's just do cross multiplication. Multiply this numerator and denominator. So it would be 4 times 7. And then multiply this numerator and this denominator. So it would be 14 times 2. So 7 times 4 is 28. And 14 times 2 is 28. That means they are equal. That means yes, they are equivalent. Got it? So just select the correct option, then click on the answer is yes. Got it? Okay, the next one is, are these ratios equivalent? 10 visitors to 8 days and 15 visitors to 12 days. Okay, let me write down 10 visitors and 8 days. Okay, you can write it as fractional form. So 10 by 8, and the other one is 15 over 12. Okay, so where you have to see which of the are they equivalent, you have to do the cross multiplication. So just do 10 times 12 and 15 times 8. So 10 times 12 is 120 and 15 times 8 is 120. So both the sides are equal. That means yes, they are equivalent. Got it? So just select the correct option and click on the OK button. The answer is yes. Okay, the next one is, are these ratios equivalent? 30 cents to for 32 pounds and 35 cents for 31 pounds. Okay, write them down as a fractional form. So it would be 30 over 12, 30 over 32 and 35 over 31. So 30 over 32, 30 over 32, and that equals 35 over 31. Okay, let's just do cross multiply. So it would be 30 times 31 and 35 times 32. So it would be, I think, 1120 because I did it on the board. So 3 times 1 is 3. Yes, it is 930 and 112. We did this one on the tutorial. So both of them are not equal. Got it? That means the answer is no, they are not equivalent. Got it? The answer is no. Just select correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, are these ratios equivalent? 44 pedestrians 42 years and 22 pedestrians 21 year. So just write them down in a fractional form. So it would be, if you already know the answers, you can write the answers in the chat box. Your participation is highly appreciated. 44 by 42 and 22 by 21. 44 by 42 and 22 by 21. I think, let me just confirm. 44 over 42 and for 22 over 21. Yes. Okay, let's just do cross multiplication. Let's do 44 times 21 and 22 times 42. So let's see if they are equal. 44 times 44 times 21 is 924, and 42 times 22 is 924. Yes, both of them are they are equal. That means yes, they are equivalent. Got it? The answer is yes. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. I'm just moving on to the next topic. Okay, the next topic is compare ratios word problems. Okay, let's start with the next one, that is compare ratios word problems. Okay, let me write down the lesson name. Compare ratios word problems. Okay, so let's start with an example. You have to compare two of the fractions. They are 20 to 16 and 17 to 12. We have to compare these two fractions. Got it? So just write them down in a fractional form. So it would be 20 over 16 and 17 over 12. So the easiest way to compare the fraction is we can compare the fraction ratios more easily if we express them as a percentage. Got it? So just write them down as a percentage. Let's do 20 over 16. So 20 over 16 is 1.25 and 17 over 12 is 1.41. Just write them down in percentage form, multiply it with 100, it would be 125%, and it would be 114%. Got it? Now you have, that would be easy. So 125 is less than 144. Got it? So that means the greater fraction is 17 over 12. Got it? Okay, let's just start with, okay, let's just start with test. So this basically they are the word problems. So let's just start with the test, and that would be easy for me to read the questions. Okay, let me read the question. A restaurant critic reviewed restaurants in Newbury and Bloomington. In Newbury, the critic gave 14 positive reviews and 20 negative reviews. In Bloomington, 7 of the reviews were positive and 10 were negative. In which city did the restaurant critic give a lower ratio to positive to negative reviews? Got it? Okay, the fractions are, first of one is 14 to 20 and then 7 to 10. Got it? 14 to 20 and 14 to 20 and then 7 to 10. Let me just confirm. 14 to 20 and 7 to 10. Yes, the same numbers. Okay, let's see. Let's write them down in the fractional form. It would be 14 over 20 and 7 over 10. So 14 over 20 equals 0.7, and 7 over 10 also equals 0.7. So you have to multiply them with 100. So it would be 70% and it would be 70%. So they are equal. Got it? So the both of the fractions are equal. Just select the correct option. Neither the ratios are equivalent. That would be the correct option. Then click on the OK button. Got it? Okay, the next one is Toad's Punch recipe call for 9 liters of lemon lime soda and 6 liters of pineapple juice. Jared's punch recipe requires 6 liters of lemon lime soda and 4 liters of pineapple juice. Which recipe has a higher ratio of lemon lime soda to pineapple juice? Okay, let's just write them down in a fractional form. So it would be 9 to 6, and 6 to 4. 9 to 6, 9 to 6, and 9 to 6, and 6 to 4. Let's write them down in a fractional form. So it would be 9 over 6, and that equals 6 over 4. Got it? So just compare both the fractions, write them down in a percentage form. So 9 divided by 6 is 1.5, and 6 divided by 4 is 1.5. So when you write them, multiply them by 100, it would be 150, and it would be 150%. So both of them are actually equal. Got it? So the correct option is neither, they are equivalent. Got it? Okay, Kelly and Travis are photographers who specialize in portraits. Last year, Kelly photographed 14 individuals and 21 families, and Travis photographed 19 individuals and 25 families, who photographed a lower ratio of individuals to families. So you have to 14 to 21 and 19 to 25. 14 to 21 and 19 to 25, I think. Let me just confirm. Yes. Okay, just write them down in the fractional form. It would be 14 over 21 and 19 over 25. Got it? Let's just divide them, write the answer in fraction in percentage form. So it would be 14 over 21, it would be 0.66, and 19 over 25, it would be 0.76. So when you multiply them by 100, it would be 66%, and it would be 76%. So who had the lower values? The question is who photographed a lower ratio. So the lower ratio is for 14 to 21, and it was for the Kelly. Got it? So Kelly had the low ratio. Got it? Okay, the next one is during a road trip, Pablo stopped at two rest shops. In the parking lot, in a parking lot of the first rest stop, he counted 42 cars and 34 trucks. In the second rest stop, he counted 46 cars and 38 trucks. At which rest stop did Pablo count a lower ratio of the cars to truck? So the ratios are 42 to 34 and 42 to 34 and 44 to 46 to 38. 46 to 38. Okay, let's just write them down in fractional form. So it is 42 over 24 and it is 46 over 38. So let's just convert them into percentage form. So it would be 42 divided by 34 is 1.23, and 46 divided by 38 is 1.21. So let's just write them down in fractional form. It would be 123%, and it would be 121%. So you have to see which of them have the um, smaller, I think, which of them has a low ratio. So the low ratio is for the mm, second one, the second rest stop. Got it? Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, last month, Vincent spent 16 hours watching TV and 12 hours reading. The same month, Ronald spent 11 hours watching TV and 10 hours reading. Who had a higher ratio of the of time spent watching TV to time spent reading? Got it? So let's just write down the fractional form. So the fractions are 16 to 12 and 11 to 10. 16 to 12 and okay, 16 to 12 and 11 to 10. Just let me just confirm. 16 to 12 and 11 to 10. Yes. Let's just write them down in fractional form. So it would be 16 over 12 and 11 over 10. Got it? Let's just divide them and write the answer in fractional form. So 16 over 12 is 1.33 and 11 over 10 is 1.1. So just multiply them with the 100. So it would be 133 and 110. So who had the lower ratio? That would be from 11 to 10. Who had a higher ratio? Okay, the higher ratio is for the first one. The first one is 16 over 12. So 16 over 12 is for the Vincent. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. I'm just moving on to the next topic. And the next topic is unit rates. Let's start with the next one, that is unit rates. Let's start with the topic that is unit rates. Okay, the first one is 44 laps in 4 days. You have to see how many laps per day. Okay, a unit rate is a rate where the second amount is 1 unit. Got it? When you always calculate the value for 1. Got it? So here you have 30, here you have 44 units to 44 laps in 4 days. So just divide 44 by 4. So 44 divided by 4 is 11. That means you have 11 laps per day. Got it? Okay, the next example is 22 chairs at 2 tables. So you need to see how many chairs per table. So just divide 22 by 2, so it would be 11. That means you have 11 chairs to each table. Got it? Okay, let's just start with a test for the topic. 32 pages in 4 days. So how many pages per day? Divide 32 by 4. The answer is 4 times what number makes 32? 4 times 8 is 32. Got it? So that means 18 pages per day. So select the correct option, that would be 8 pages per day, and click on the OK button. Okay, 39 seats in 3 rows. So how many seats per row? 39 divided by 3 equals 13, isn't it? 39 divided by 3 is 13. That means 13 seats per row. Got it? 45 liters in 3 minutes. So how many liters per minute? 45 divided by 3 is Yes, it is 15. That means 15 liters per minute. Got it? Okay, the next one is 45 newspaper in three piles. So how many newspaper per pile? So you have to do 45 divided by 3. So 45 divided by 3 is 15. Got it? Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Find the unit rate. 22 chairs at 2 tables. So how many chairs per tables? So 22 divided by 2 is, yes, it is 11. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, for 24 passengers on two buses. So how many passenger per bus? 24 divided by 2 is, yes, it is 12. Got it. Just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Find the unit rate 28 kilometers in 2 minutes. So how many kilometers in 1 minute? 28 divided by 2 is 14. Got it. So just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, 44 laps in 4 days. So how many laps per day? 44 divided by 11. That means 11 laps per day. Got it? Okay, 48 plates in 6 stacks. So how many plates per stack? You have to divide 48 by 6. So 6 times what number makes 48? 6 times 8 makes 48. That would means 8 stacks per plate. Got it? 8 plates per stack. Okay, 42 orders in 3 days. So how many orders is one day? 42 divided by 3 is, 42 divided by 3 is 14. Got it? That means 14 orders per days. Write the unit rate 45 kilometers in 3 hours. So how many kilometers per hour? Yes, very good. It would be 15 because 45 divided by 3 is 15. Yes, very good. Patience, it is 15. Okay, find the unit rate 90, 45, 49 push-ups in 7 days. So how many push-ups per day? 7 push-ups. Got it? Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. I'm just moving on to the next topic. Just click on the back button and let's start with the next topic. The next one is do the ratios form a proportion. Let me write down the lesson name. Do the ratios form a proportion? Okay, let's start with an example. The ratios are 1 by 3 and 4 by 12. So whenever the fractions are equivalent, they form a proportion. Got it? So the equivalent ratios have the same values. So determine whether both the fractions are uh, equivalent, you have to compare them using the common denominator. Got it? So here you have 1 by 3 and here you have 4 over 12. Let's just make this denominator equal to 12. Got it? This is the greater denominator. Use it at a common as a common denominator and make this denominator 12. 3 times what number makes 12? 3 times 4 makes 12, isn't it? So let's just multiply it with 4. And 4 times 1 is 4 and 3 times 4 is 12. So see, when you multiply it with a common denominator with the number, so both of the fractions are now equivalent. Got it? That means the ratio form a proportion. Got it? If the fractions are equivalent, that means they form a proportion. Got it? So it would be, let's start with the test. Do the ratios 6 by 18 and 1 by 3 form a proportion? So 6 by 18 and 1 over 3. 6 by 18 and 1 over 3. Okay, use 18 as a common denominator. You need to make this denominator equal to 18. So 3 times what number is 18? You have to use that greater denominator as a common denominator and make the smaller denominator equal to the greater one. So 3 times 6 is 18. So just multiply this fraction by 6. So it would be 6 times 1 is 6 and 3 times 6 is 18. So after multiplying, the fraction is equal to this one. So they are equal. That means yes, they form a proportion. Got it? So the answer is yes, they form a. Got it? Okay, the next one is 2 by 1 and 16 over 8 form a proportion. 2 by 1 and 16 over 8. 2 over 1 and 16 over 8. Okay, here the greater denominator is make 8. Make sure you can make the smaller denominator equal to the greater one. 1 times what number is 8? 1 times 8 makes 8. Just multiply this fraction by 8. So it would be 8 times 2 by 1 times 2. So 8 times 2 is 16 and 2 times 1 is, you have to multiply it. 8 times 2 is 16 and 8 times 1 is 8. So it would be, so after multiplying 8, the fraction is exactly equal to the other one. Got it? That means yes, they are equivalent ratios and they form a proportion. Got it? The answer is yes. Okay, do the ratios form a proportion? Say 2 by 1 in by 10. 2 by 1 and 16 over 10. Okay, use 10 as a common denominator and make this denominator equal to 12. Got it? 1 times what number is 10? 1 times 10 is 10. So multiply this fraction by 10. 10 times 2 divided by 10 times 1. 10 times 2 is 20 and 10 times 1 is 10. So see, they are not equal. That means they do not form a proportion. Got it? That means they are not equivalent. So when the fractions are not equivalent, they don't form a proportion. Got it? The next one is 16 over 8 and 4 over 2. So 16 over 8 and 4 over 2. Okay, so we use 8 as a common denominator and, and make the smaller denominator equal to the greater one. 2 times what number is 8? 2 times 4 is 8. So just multiply this fraction by 4. So it would be 4 times 4 divided by 2 times 4. So 4 times 4 is 16 and 2 times 4 is 8. Now both the fractions are equivalent. That means yes, they form a proportion. The answer is yes. Got it. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, does 1 by 3 and 4 by 12 form a proportion? Yes or no? Just 12 is the greater denominator. You have to make the smaller one equal to the greater one. So 3 times what number is 12? So 1 by 3 and 4 by 12, that means yes, they are equivalent. The answer is yes. Just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, do the ratios 14 by 7 and 2 by 1 form a proportion? So you have to, the smaller denominator is 1 and the greater one is 7. So you have to make the smaller denominator equal to the 1. That means you have to multiply the fraction by 7. So it would be 12 times 7 is, it would be, the answer is yes. Got it? They form a proportion because they are equivalent. Got it? So they form a proportion. The answer is yes. Okay, do the ratios form a proportion 2 by 1 and 10 by 5? So the common denominator is 5. You have to make the smaller fraction equal to 5. So let's just multiply the fraction equal to 5. 5 times 2 is 5 times 2 is 10 and 5 times 1 is 5. Yes, the fraction is equal to the second one. That means they form a proportion. Got it? The answer is yes. Just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, write the, do the ratios form a proportion is 3 by 2 and 4 8 by 12. Do you know the answer? Is it yes or no? So 3 by 12 and 8 by 12 form a proportion. The answer is yes or no? The answer is yes, they form a proportion. Got it? Because when you multiply, no, they don't form a proportion. Sorry. The answer is no. Got it? Yes, very good. The answer is no. Okay, the next one is, do the ratios form a proportion 18 by 4 and 9 by 2? Yes, they form a proportion. Got it? Just select the correct option. Demi, very good. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, do the ratios 10 by 20 and 1 by 2 form a proportion? Is it yes or no? Yes, they form a proportion. The answer is yes. Got it. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. So we have completed four of the topics today from the chapter ratios, rates, and proportions. The topic names are equivalent ratios, word problems, then compare ratios, word problems, then unit rates, and then do the ratios form a proportion. So that's all for today. If you need more help with the topic, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? So please click on the like button if you find the session helpful for you. So that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye.